seem to think it's obvious that Trey Lance is the starting quarterback. Please
I do.
explain why.
I do. So obviously we just talked about the 49ers spin. I'm going to talk about what I believe based off of everything we heard. So, first of all, I don't know if you've seen my little rant, Grant, and you're a part of the media, so you don't have to say anything here. But I
Mhm.
think that the 49ers media group does a bad job a lot of the time with follow-up questions. They don't play well off of each other. They come in with their own agendas. They ask the same questions in different ways. It's very frustrating to watch sometimes. But
I don't disagree. We
right.
could do
And
better.
so when they had John Lynch there was so many opportunities to follow up with this man, right? And
Mhm.
John Lynch is really good about that whole leadership circle thing and really not saying a lot, even asking himself a question while he's talking and answering that question.
Yep.
He's great at those things. And you may not have gotten anything out of him, but Kyle Shanahan is completely different. You ask him the simplest thing, and this man is giving you 2-paragraph quotes
Yeah.
on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So, luckily, after everybody was pissed off and what they heard from John Lynch or didn't hear, Shanahan actually gave you some big golden nuggets as to what's going to happen. So, I'm going to read you a quote last year in May and then what happened yesterday. So, here's a
Mhm.
quote last year in May when asked if Trey Lance could be the starter. Shanahan said, "Yes, there's a chance for that at every single position on our team. I think that would be really hard. Jimmy is a really good quarterback." That
Mhm.
was him being asked about Trey Lance last year and if he could be a starter. Then he was asked this year, and here was the quote: "That's why we looked into trading Jimmy, because we obviously believe that Trey can be a starter and we are ready to do that." Now, he talked a whole bunch after that and said, well, eventually, and this, but the first thing he said is, we are ready to do that. That's why we looked into trading Jimmy. So
Yeah.
to
We
me,
wouldn't have
if
even tried to trade Jimmy if we weren't comfortable making trade the starter.
exactly, exactly. And so if you look at the way that he talked about Trey Lance, not only in May of last year, but really throughout the whole season versus what he's already saying now he's ready. Yes, we tried to trade Jimmy. We're going to continue to try to trade Jimmy. We're going to wait until he's healthy and see if we can recoup something. Trey Lance is going to be working his butt off. I believe in Trey. I talk to Trey regularly. I think it's very, very clear that unless something crazy happens where Trey gets injured or just doesn't work at all in the offseason, which we see this kid and we know what he brings to the table. There's a reason why he is on this team. Trey is 100% the starter. And I think Shanahan is making that very, very clear without coming out and just saying, yes, he is the starter, which he's not going to do. And if you asked him, by the way, who's going to start at left tackle? Is it going to be Trent Williams or School? He'd be like, well, competent. It's just the way he is. He's weird like that. He has coach speak. So to me, I think he's basically saying, yes, Trey is the starter. We're trying to move on from Jimmy. Give us time.
I appreciate what you're saying, and it's very persuasive. But the way I look, I've been promised a lot of jobs in my life, never got them. Unless it's in writing, unless it's official, it ain't official. And he's saying the right things, and I appreciate it, but I don't believe anyone. I don't trust anyone. And as long as Jimmy Garoppolo's on the roster, Kyle Shanahan can change his mind. He could look at OTAs and minicamp and be like, you know what? You ain't ready, kid. Sorry, I wanted you to be ready. You ain't ready. He's hedging. As long as Jimmy Garoppolo is on this roster, he could say, yeah, I want Trey to be the starter. I think he probably wanted to be the starter last year. But he could say, this was the plan. I wanted to be the starter this year. All right, well, you're allowing for the opportunity of the locker room to take sides, for Trey to get hurt, for Jimmy to get hurt, for something weird to happen in training camp. I don't know. I don't trust you. What he could have done is cut Jimmy, sign Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton could have been the backup. No competition necessary, but yet a starter, someone with experience who could come in if Trey Lance falters or gets hurt. You didn't do that. You kept the leader of the locker room, the prom king, the most Mr. Popular, the most pop. You kept Ferris Bueller on your team. Everyone loves him. Hard to say why. And Trey Lance is going to have to out popular Ferris Bueller. Good luck. I mean, things can go. I don't feel like Kyle's really in control of this team. I feel like everyone's super cool, laid back. Jimmy's the leader of the locker room. And Trey's 21. What's Trey going to do? Is he going to go up to George and be like, hey, yo, forget Jimmy. I'm your friend now. Like, what is he going to do? It's on the team to get Jimmy out of here. I think it'd be great to have a competition, but not with Jimmy here. So that's the way I look at it. Kyle, if you really feel like Lance is your starter, stop messing around with Jimmy, with your ex. Stop messing around with the ex, right?
That's why I say behind the scenes is so important, and we don't know. We genuinely don't know. We can have speculation, we can whatever, but if he's behind the scenes, just saying, kid, chill, just work your ass off, come in ready. This job's yours. We got you. Like, you don't know.